Hi everyone, in this video I want to talk about factoring by grouping. Here are the problems that we'll do, and also to make sure we don't take ourselves too seriously, let's think about our fun question during the video. When you were young, what toy did you get most excited to play with? Before we dive in, I always want to talk about categories in the math section. This topic falls under polynomial functions under Algebra 2. These 5 sections comprise the math section of the ACT. Polynomials is what we have today. So let's get going on these problems. The first thing I want you to think about is how can we possibly factor something that has 4 terms? Well, the first thing you always want to look for is, can you take out the greatest common factor? I'm noticing that in this one I cannot, then the second one I can. So if you can't take out a common factor, then what do you do next? Well, the reason why this is called grouping is because think of it like grouping the first 2 terms together and then the second 2 terms together. The first 2 terms, if you group those together, you can now take out a GCF, greatest common factor. We got a 3, and then we can take out 2 B's. What's left when you take those out from each one is you have a 3 and a B plus 2. And then if I group the second 2 together and pull out the greatest common factor, that would be minus 7. What's left over is 3b plus 2. You always know if you do these right if what is in parentheses matches. So the 3b plus 2 does match, and that tells me that that is going to be one of the 2 factors, 3b plus 2. And then the way that you get the other one is you pull these guys down together. So 3b squared minus 7. That's our final answer. If we multiplied this out, we would get back to our top line here. So think about this as going backwards. Factoring I always think is backwards, and multiplying out is going forwards. Now for number 2, same thing, but we have a GCF that can come out. I can tell because everything is divisible by a 5. So take 5 out of everything first. This is a little bit harder. When you do that, so 105 divided by 5 is 21. Then we get m cubed minus 3 m squared minus 140 divided by 5 is 28 m plus 4. Now I can drop this 5 down and do my factor by grouping. So what can come out of that? The first pair, 3 and 2 m's. What's then left over would be 7, 1m, and then minus 1. Minus, and then something can come out of 28 and a 4, that's a 4. Notice I'm doing minus 4 instead of plus 4. I do want, what's in parentheses to match. So I'm going to get a 7m. Now be careful here, minus 1. Bring 5 down. These 2 terms go together as the first set of parentheses. And that next shared one, 7m minus 1, would be the rest. So I'll write this nicely right here and then call this my final answer. It's time for some practice problems. Here they are. Ooh, those are the answers. So check the problems out. You might want to take a second to pause the video before I show the answers. Those answers are right here. Feel free to copy them down. Before we part, I always want to finish off with something that's going to give you a little motivation. It's one of my favorite quotes. Attitude is the difference between an ordeal and an adventure. Hope this video benefited you, either with a math course that you're taking now or prepping for a standardized test? Now that you've had some time to ponder the fun question, I'd love to see your answers in the comment section. Also, if you'd like to keep up on new videos that I post, I'd really appreciate if you clicked subscribe. Have a great